So here we have the Volkswagen Golf GTD on a 67 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some of the controls on the inside. But from the outside you can see that it's got alloy wheels and 5 doors. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. As we approach the back of the car, you'll see we've got reversing sensors. This car's also got a reversing camera, which I'll show you when we're inside the car. Plenty of boot space, as you can see, along with a 60/40 split folding rear seat. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car now, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of the car, you can see that it's in great condition the whole way round and looks brilliant as well. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. As you can see, the seats are in fantastic condition. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start off with the dials. On the left-hand side, we have the rev counter, and on the right-hand side, the speedometer. You can see the total miles of this car are 4,302. And in the middle there, we have the trip computer. There's various different bits of information that you can view by pressing buttons on the steering wheel. You can have, for example, a digital readout for the speedometer. We're in the driver data menu at the moment. There are other menus available to you as well, as you can see as we scroll through the top of these. So your phone, your audio, all sorts of things, vehicle status, lap timer, all the way back round to the beginning again. If we back out to the steering wheel, the buttons I was using are on the right hand side just here, as well as stereo controls and voice activation for the phone. So hit that button, ask it to dial anyone in your contacts list, and it'll do that for you without you having to take your phone from your bag or pocket. That is of course once you paired the phone, and that's done on the central screen, which I'll show you in a moment. On the left hand side we have cruise control and speed limiter. This button in the middle here, if you press that when the cruise control is set, this car is able to maintain a distance between you and the vehicle in front. So if it slows down the vehicle in front of you, this car will slow down. If it speeds up, this car will speed up back until the speed that you set the cruise control at. So really very, very clever safety system. The screen in the middle where you set up the phone is just here. So it's all touch screen. You've got a few main menu buttons down the sides. So for example, radio, which is what we're on at the moment. You can see that this car has got DAB digital radio as well as FM and AM radio. There are a number of other ways of listening to your music in this car, and you can see all of those listed just there. One of the ways in which you can do it is Bluetooth audio. So once you paired up your phone, not only can you make and receive phone calls, but you can listen to your music wirelessly as well. I mentioned when we were at the back of the car that this car had a reversing camera. You can see that now, so that's a full colour camera with the guidelines on the ground showing you what direction the car is headed in relation to the image that you see behind you. This car also has satellite navigation. There's a full video showing how that works on our website and on our Facebook page. It's well worth checking that out. Below that, we've got dual zone climate control, so you can select whatever temperature you want for the driver and passenger sides. When you're happy with the temperature that you've set, this will adjust your fan speed. You can turn on your air conditioning, or you can hit auto and the car will take control of the fan speed for you to maintain the temperatures that you've asked for, and then you can just override that by readjusting the fan speed accordingly. We also have heated driver and passenger seat as well. Within this section here, you'll see the USB and auxiliary input. We have a 6-speed manual gearbox, and then to the left hand side of the gearbox we have these 3 buttons. So this turns off traction control. That one's for the stop and start. So this car's designed to cut out in traffic when you're stationary to save you fuel. That button turns that system off. And then mode will change the driver setup of the car. So you can put the car in eco, normal, sport, or individual. And they are the things that you can change on the car. So you can change the steering, so you could put that on sport, for example. Or you can just, as I say, set the car up for sport if you wish to. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.